Hey everyone, what's up? It is about, you see, 6:42, 20 minutes away from clocking back in. Yeah, I went to lunch early today. Usually when I do the 3 to 12, I do 7 o'clock, but apparently our cart mule right now is not working correctly, so I'm stuck doing it manually, so we'll see what happens. The only positive is I have two people working with me until certain times. One, of course, is working till 8. He was originally a 3 o'clock leave, but was talking to an 8 o'clock stay, so I guess it kind of helps out, even though the guy is kind of woohoo, you know what I mean? And then, of course, I got another guy I've worked with that's been doing this since February, working till at least 9 and maybe later if they ask him to. So I got a feeling they might just approach him to do it. But yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm at lunch. And, I'm looking around here. Just making sure I can walk right without getting turned into flat pizza. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm here, as you can see the title down below, to give you my monthly opinions. I haven't done this in a while because, of course, it's summer and, my mom's off of work and things like that. So, anyway, thought I'd give you my monthly opinions on the Sonic the Hedgehog comic and franchise. Like I said, the third part to the Waves of Change I thought was pretty decent, as well as the third and final part to the backup story was pretty decent as well. So I do recommend checking those out on the latest issue of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book, which, if I have some internet around here, which I should be in the right area to get it, I think. Yeah, I should be in the right area. One of them, anyway. I should be in the right area, but anyway, like I said, I do recommend reading them. But it looks like we're getting very close to the Hedgehog adaptation, very loose adaptation of the Sonic Unleashed story, which would be done Archie Comics style. It's got 17 minutes to go. But like I said, there it was. I got some internet here. But like I said, it looks like we're getting very close to the loose adaptation for Sonic Unleashed done by Archie Comics. You can definitely tell we're getting to that point, especially with the end of this month's issue and leading into next month. It really looks like we're heading in that direction. My thoughts on it, and here are my thoughts on the whole Unleashed deal. I mean, it looks like they were going to do a 2-part story where Sonic kind of loses a little bit of control and has to basically control himself, in his in his new power, basically, or else he'll lose control. He'll go crazy. So basically, he's got to control the dark energies in him. He's got to control the dark energies in him. I'm trying to see here. I know it's in here somewhere. It might be 261 for all I know. Maybe 263 is when the warehouse. No, 59, 60, 61. Well, it's 63. Yeah, that's what. 263. That's what I should have. It'll say that on the review, on the title for the review. But anyway, I think it's really interesting. You know, I think it's an interesting take when it comes to Unleashed, if you will. I mean, when you think about it, it's not really kind of. I mean, it's basically, you could tell it's an adaptation, but it's more of a loose adaptation because it's basically being thrown in, if you will, as part of the whole world crisis story. Basically, the mission to restore the world and everything. It's being thrown right in there. And, you know, to basically, I guess in a sense, play into the fact that, you know, because of Eggman's mistake, all this dark energy's coming around, and Sonic becoming this werehog is going to be on Eggman's head. So, and like I say, I still stick by the fact that you're going to have a confrontation between Eggman and Sonic, especially when Sonic's in werehog mode, and basically you're going to have Sonic as a werehog beat the living daylights out of Eggman until Eggman probably, and again, this is my opinion, until Eggman probably pretty much gives up and says, okay, I'll help you restore the damn world. And finally admits, I mean, I get, you know, this is just me, but I get a feeling that they're going to finally, that Ian Flynn is building to something with Eggman. He's building to something with Eggman to where Eggman is going to finally admit that he's just sick and tired of losing, and maybe they'll reference, you know, maybe they'll reference the, sorry about that, but maybe they'll reference some of the older stories, like when Eggman, you know, came from a different dimension zone and everything, and that all he wanted to do was conquer this world like he did like the world he came from. But I mean, I got a feeling we're leading towards something where Eggman's just going to realize, you know what, maybe coming here was a stupid mistake. Maybe, you know, coming to this prime world, if you will, was a stupid mistake because I can't win in this world. So maybe I'm just saying. I'm just saying, you know, it's possible. I'm not saying they would go in that direction, but it's possible. I mentioned as well when I was talking about the whole thing with Nicole, if you will, in my review. And honestly, I look at the whole situation with Nicole, and I kind of say to myself that I truly believe, Eve, that Ian is leading towards something with her. I mean, I know I say that a lot about some of the things, but you can almost tell Ian is kind of leaning towards something with her. He's leaning towards something with her, and you can just feel it. And in my opinion, it's going to lead to a story where Nicole is going to want to become flesh and blood. To where she's going to finally realize that being part computer, being attached to this computer, and that the only physical way she can have, you know, and that the only way she can have any physical form is by using a power ring to do so. That I could just see Ian Flynn working on a story about that, and it's going to lead towards it's going to lead towards her becoming flesh and blood. I mean, I just feel that. I mean, I just feel it's leading towards her being flesh and blood. I feel a story's going to be developed out of that. And, you know, you might think I'm a little crazy about that, but I believe it's going to happen. I mean, why would you play up on the fact that Nicole has to basically be out of her computer, have a physical body to basically be like, okay, now I understand. It's going to be played up to that situation. In fact, it already is being played up to that situation. I mean, I could already see it. And I think anybody might agree. Now, how it comes about, you know, is anybody's guess, but I feel it's going to happen. I feel Ian Flynn's got this plan in store for maybe a universe arc, or just an arc within the main plot. I feel it. As far as the Sonic, and speaking of universe, as far as Sonic Universe's connection to the whole story ramifications, I think it's gonna tie in nicely down the line. I mean, I do like the idea that they're gonna start doing. I mean, I do like and find it intriguing that they are now gonna start doing what is known as the regular. You know, they're gonna start doing what is known as like a regular 3-part chapters and all that. So 3-part chapters by taking 3 issues of Universe and basically making them like one trilogy chapter, then doing it again or something like that. I think that's very interesting and very intriguing, because basically what you're doing there is you're connecting one story, or in succession through all these different plot arcs. So that to me is really, really intriguing, and I really look forward to seeing how that comes about, how that how that comes about, and how it's going to tie into the whole you get what I'm saying. How it's going to tie in to the whole World's Crisis arc. I really look forward to that. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how that ties in, and how they make it tie in, if you know what I mean. And speaking of stories and tales, I'm really looking, and I know I sound like a broken record here, but I'm really looking forward to the whole Lost Hedgehog tales. I really am. It sounds like we're getting close to it being done and released, if you will, by Ian Flynn. And I think it's going to be really intriguing. I think Ian's going to definitely have a lot to say here, kind of point out, how it was going to go, what direction it was going to go. I think, honestly, free or not, and it's going to be free. Don't think it won't be, because Ian pretty much says, hey, this is my gift to you guys for screwing up potentially on the original idea. But I think honestly it's going to be a very interesting read. I think everybody's going to be intrigued by what they read. I think everybody's going to pretty much be satisfied with what they read. And to me, Lost Hedgehog Tales is going to give us that. So I know you're gonna have. I know basically what we're gonna have here are, we're gonna have, some story elements and everything. We're gonna have some arcs. Okay, well, basically we're gonna have story told, but basically we're gonna have sort of like a story told from a behind-the-scenes perspective. To me, I think what Lost Hedgehog Tales is gonna be, it's gonna be like reading or reading deleted scenes out of a movie or a show, but also having commentary thrown in on it. That's what I feel Lost Hedgehog Tales is going to be. So, to me, this is going to be a very interesting summer as we get ready to go into the fall, and what could be a very interesting final 4 months for the show. I mean, not the show, but for the comic this year. Not saying the comic's going to come to an end, but I believe it's going to be an interesting final 4 months as we get close to the end of the year and going into 2015. Now, as far as video games go, Sonic Boom, of course, being the news game, is coming out real soon, and apparently we have more confirmations of characters being in it, like Metal Sonic, I think is confirmed now, and there's a possibility, I think, of Shadow, maybe Blaze and Rouge. We don't know yet, so that might be interesting. We know Styx is a new character, basically a Marina clone, if you will, but with a jungle look. So it's all interesting, if you will. And the show looks intriguing. The gameplay, from what has been shown, looks really good. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to picking it up and playing it real soon. Especially since I work here, I pretty much have a free pass to it, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm looking really forward to buying that game down the line. As far as Sonic being in Smash, looks like he's already going to be an established character. You won't have to unlock him, so that's going to be good. Looking forward to that. And really, that's all I could say there. I mean, as far as the movie goes, there's still speculation of how the movie's going to be written. If you got the guy that's done the Fast and Furious series and stuff working on it, then I think you're going to pretty much get a good movie. The thing is, what are they going to, what kind of movie are we going to get? What source material are they going to take it from? And I think, honestly, they're going to take it from the most popular source they got, from the most recognized source they got, and that's going to be, and it's not just going to be the games. I got a feeling it's going to be the comics, and it might be, as the Black Nerd puts it, it's going to be from Sat AM in some sense. I've got a feeling. So the movie, I feel, when it's finally done, when there's a trailer and everything given, I think it's going to really be worth watching down the line. So, and going to see. Overall, though, that's my monthly. Overall, that's all I have to say on my monthly opinions of the Sonic the Hedgehog comic book and franchise. Let me know what you guys think down below. I am heading back to work now. God bless. Take care, and I.